Hey guys, good morning. It's Dr. Ben here on this Labor Day weekend here in the United States, Saturday morning. Good to be with you all. Just pulled over here to the side of the road while I'm on my way out for a bit to do this morning's quantum moment. Hey, good morning or good afternoon, Barbara, there in the UK. And Jackie asked this week, in response to one of the questions and topics to cover, to address forgiveness in relationships, I believe it was what it was. And it's something that maybe Rochelle and I will do in a couples video. Hey, Denise, big topic. But I want to say a little word about it this morning because it's such a huge topic that affects all our lives. Because really, forgiveness and relationship go together. It's something that's very necessary in relationships, and us as human beings, we exist in relationship, okay, with ourselves, with each other, with the people we interact with in the world, with, whatever we believe in, and so on. So relationship and forgiveness are two things that go hand in hand, and there's a lot of different potential definitions or approach to forgiveness. What I want to share this morning is two aspects, okay? One aspect that I found is powerful and I'm still learning and discovering with is a shift in how we see the world. Okay, and in particular, how we can apply this and how we see that other person. Because often when we talk about this on a practical daily basis, it usually means involving somebody that we're interacting with in our daily life. So it's a shift first, not so much focusing on what they did or didn't they do, whether it was wrong or right, or the first question I want to go to right now is not necessarily what I'm supposed to do now in response. I know that's a big question too. But the first aspect, yes, Denise, perspective, is a shift in how I see this person. Okay? Because how many of us know that often, I know there's some big things happening in the world and we can wrestle with some big questions, but at the same time in our daily life, how many of us know that sometimes we attribute motives to our spouse, our family member, colleague, someone on Facebook, and we attribute motives to them, that person, that is on the road with us. And in our head, a lot's going on that may or may not be that person's actual intention. Okay, or let's say even someone walks by us that we know and they didn't notice us, they didn't say hi. Well, what thoughts go through our head? Are they snubbing us? Are we less important? Did they have something more important to do? Or is it just the fact that maybe they were preoccupied and they really didn't see us? Okay, but how many of us attribute motives to someone else and create some kind of situation? Or here's another one, okay? How about judging? Okay, how many of us at some level, when you pause for a moment, are a little afraid of being judged, okay? Judged by our post, judged by what we say, how we dress, how we look, okay? How we approach the world, how we approach our business. How many of us sometimes have a little, concern there? What are others going to think, okay? Now, how many of us also, and be honest with yourselves, sometimes do what I might call a preemptive strike, okay? We're a little afraid of being judged. So how many of us sometimes then, to make ourselves feel better, we start judging others before they can judge us? In other words, we start noticing others' clothes or how they appear or how their Facebook Live is, or we find fault with other things to maybe feel like, okay, I'm not so bad after all, okay? Or maybe we attack, preemptive strike in our own mind or our own heart because we think they're going to judge us, okay? And again, nothing has actually happened. It's all going on in our own mind or in our own heart. So being aware of these things, catching ourselves in these things, and maybe being open to have a different approach. Even if you don't know how to do it differently yet, just the fact that maybe today you'll catch yourself and go, ooh, I'm doing a preemptive strike in my own mind. I'm finding fault with someone, before they find fault with me, and nothing's actually even happened yet. Or I'm attributing motives to someone, and maybe, I don't know what their motive was. It's just they walked by me or whatever, but I'm attributing motives. So catch yourself, okay? Just to even give the possibility of a different response, a different way of looking at them. And then the last one I want to say is the past. Okay, lots of times forgiveness involves the past, or lack of forgiveness involves the past. So again, when we're interacting with that sister or brother-in-law, okay, or our spouse, or our kids, or our parents, or that business partner, or coworker, or potential client, or someone who hasn't returned your messages yet, okay, how many times are we at this moment, maybe we're going to interact with them today, but we're not really seeing them today, fresh. What are we creating in our encounter today? We're dragging our past and what we think they're thinking of us, and we're dragging their past and what we think they did or didn't do or what they owe us or whatever into this moment. So part of forgiveness is not only allowing ourselves to see the person differently, but to also release the past and let this moment, this encounter be fresh and allow us to create something fresh in these moments. Okay. So a bit of food for thought. I know there's a whole, faith aspect and spiritual aspect that you can bring into this, but thought I would just start here and maybe give us some food for thought to apply to our interactions and our relationships today. So love to hear your own thoughts or comments. Thanks, Barbara. Thanks, Denise, for your comments and for playing along. And you guys have a great weekend creating a life you love. And tomorrow, tomorrow morning, we don't do one Sunday morning, but tomorrow night, ideally, if Rochelle and I can get together, we will have a couples video, either live or pre-recorded for tomorrow night. It's not done yet, but usually about 6:30 or 7 Eastern time, that gets posted here on my public page. So enjoy, and bye for now. Thanks, Denise.